As a designer, I've frequently been told that my designs were pointless or had no place in the world. I think it's important to listen to constructive criticism, but equally to know when to just sort of ignore people who try to put your ideas down, even if they're your teachers. So when you're designing something, I think it's important to start with something you know well. So for me, I've always loved living outdoors and spending lots of time in tents. So I've got lots of ideas for yurts and bell tents and cross between the two that I've been sort of developing since I was a child. When I went to university, I was doing a module on the importance of circular space, and I came up with some ideas for what has now become the Lotus Belle tent. At the time, my lecturers told me it was pointless and it would amount to nothing, so I was a bit disheartened. I left uni with a 2-1 with some sketches for what was called the Onion Dome at the time, and it sat on the back burner for a while I had a job as a textiles teacher, and I had my 2 boys, and eventually became a single parent and found that working full-time with 2 kids was too much to cope with. So I decided I had to do something that was more compatible with children and to follow what I was really good at, which was design. I found a guy in England who imported high-quality canvas bell tents, and he seemed quite impressed by my initial designs. He invited me to meet his factory to get a prototype made. I went through lots of incarnations of the design, spoke to my dad and my housemate and Mark, who imported the tents, and we managed to simplify the design to get to a workable model, what became the first Lotus Belle. I figured out that you have to be a bit of a risk taker in life, and I literally wagered my life savings on getting the first run of 20 tents made. I was so worried that I lost sleep for 6 months, worrying that I'd made a terrible mistake and that none of them would ever sell. But when the first batch arrived in the UK, I took one with me to Camp Festival, a festival over here, and I sold 7 there and then. So that was back in 2012. Since then we've kept going, and I now employ my partner Ben to help run the company, and we have over 50 products. We have distributors in New Zealand and Australia, America, Korea, Taiwan, Austria, Germany, and we sell over 1,000 tents a year plus accessories. My advice for new designers is to never give up, to take advice from anyone who's willing to spend time talking to you about your designs. Don't be disheartened if they think it won't work yet. It just means it needs adjusting. And always listen to your mum and dad, because they always have your best interests at heart.